Alright, so today I'm going to be showcasing a super cheap to build hemp farm. It's very compact. So this is the tour. As you come in, you got your tier 2 in here, some furnaces, and a honeycombed ramp loot room here. You fit 4 boxes in there. This farm holds 30 planters, and it can run the whole farm on 50 power or a medium battery. So you got your heaters here if you're in the cold or desert. So you'd probably want to put these heaters on a timer-based system, like with a solar panel on the roof, to time it so that it turns on at night. So we have 6 floors here, but they're half walled, so 6 half floors. And the planters are placed in a configuration to where you can still reach all of them. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering, how do you reach the back portion? Well, Rust added a new system to the game where you can hold E on a planter bed, like on a plant, and then you can harvest all of them all at once. And if you hold shift, you can plant a whole planter. So this farm, super compact. It only uses 4 lights because of this half floor system. This light will transfer from this floor to this floor to this floor, and it will light up three half floors of lighting, or of planters. So see here, you got 1, 2, 3. That'll saturate all 3 of these floors with light. This uses 12 sprinklers and 3 pumps. So the pumps are here, and it's conveniently placed in your walkway, so that way you can walk over them easily. Your TC is in here. Your power is placed in the back there. So they made it so you can place a medium battery in under a half wall now. So that's really convenient because you don't have to have an extra triangle to put the large battery in if you want to use a large one or a medium one. And theoretically, if you want to make this farm really, really tall, you could have 2 medium batteries instead of a large battery, and then you could have a lot more space, a lot more storage, and you have less foundations to place stuff on, right? So it's more compact. As you can see here, the upkeep is quite good. It's only it's like around 3k metal a day, 5 HQM. And you can run this, because of the 80% efficiency rule, you need 120% of whatever your battery outputs. So here you have 3 solar panels, that's 20 power each, that's 60 power. That is 20% more than the battery's charge. So you can comfortably run this whole farm day and night with heaters, and you're only going to use, let me get my wire tool here. You're only going to use around 32 power for this whole farm. So you could probably go even another floor on this if you wanted to, and it's, you know, fantastic power-wise. I mean, it's so cheap. So this concludes the tour. We're going to do the build now. So for the build, what we're going to start off is a footprint that looks like this. You're going to have a 2x3 here with a square going off the left-hand side going forward, and off the right-hand side going forward. You're going to place a temporary foundation here and place this triangle. Right? This triangle is going to be your airlock. This is going to be a loot room. This is going to be where you could put either bags or workbench or whatever. So we're going to start off with either a single door frame or a double door frame, depending upon your preference. If you want an airlock in the space, you'll use a single door frame. Now you're going to want to place a wall frame on the left, and a wall frame on the right, a wall frame here, and your TC is going to be up on top of this square right here. Now, I will say it's easier to place the TC in a stone room. So if you want to upgrade it to stone, then do metal later. That's a possibility. We're gonna take a double door. I'm just like armored, so it's just simple. Place it outwards. You're gonna have to take that off later in order to do the electrical. So we're gonna get this placed just perfect, like so. All right. Now we're gonna fill out the 2x3. We're gonna place a garage door here to seal this up once we are enclosed. We're gonna build up this 2x3. Now obviously, if you wanted to build this up, you could either use a twig, like spiral stairs to get up, or you could use ladders to build up to here. You're going to want to seal up the roof like this. A sheet door. Or armored double door, either one. And now, you can finish your loot room. And either your bag room or workbench room, either one. Oh, wrong thing. Now obviously, because we placed this wall frame here, we're going to have to place a twig outside to get your loot room placed. Get your front doors on. I like to use an armored door, second door in, so that way you can use the hatch to kill any door campers that get in your airlock. Like so. We're going to place a ramp here, and a ramp there. Place the garage door. Then you're going to want to furnish this room with boxes. So you're going to get 4 boxes. Place a twig triangle here to get in here to place them. And you're going to want 4 small boxes. That concludes the loot room. If you don't place the roller outwards, then the boxes will stick through the door. So make sure you place the roller outwards. You're going to want to put your workbench here. Right here. Now, there is space in this room for 3 bags. So where you can place those bags is right here. Right here. And one right below the spiral staircase, so we'll go right here. But we'll place that, you're going to want to place that later. So once the spiral staircase goes right here, you can place a bag right here. Alright, so now we need to build up our floors for our hemp farm. Oh, and you also can put 3 furnaces right here as well if you want. Just preferential. Like so. And then 2 small boxes under there. Alright. So, the main thing that's a huge issue in this farm design is getting the sprinklers placed correctly the first time. So, you're going to want to place all your floors. Obviously, that will be a twig floor. You never want to upgrade any of these. And you can kind of just scale the farm by placing your floors down for your planters. All right. Now you can place your spiral staircase. So these are where your planters are going to go on. You got to get your stuff wired now. So we got to get everything placed correctly. So you're going to get 12 sprinklers. I'll probably speed this up, placing them, but you get the idea. Alright, now that your sprinklers are placed, you're going to need 4 lights. So the 4 lights are going to be placed right here, one right here. Then you need to go down 3 floors. 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th, boom, light there. Boom, light there. Cool. Now you're going to need 3 heaters. So you need to place 1 there. Then you need to go up 2 more floors. 1 here. Then you need to go up 2 more floors. Then 1 here. And then the heaters and the lights need to be hooked in together. So we're going to, the power will probably input on this light here. So we'll take the pass through. We'll take the pass through from this heater here, put it into the corner to make tidy wiring. This will go into the light here, into the other light, into the heater, and then into the other heater. Gotta keep the wiring tidy though, you don't want it to look nasty. Alright, that's your wiring done for your, that's the wiring done for the lights and the heaters. Now once we set up our battery and our E-branches, you're just going to plug the power into this heater here. So now we need to place down our pumps, 3 water pumps, and we're going to place them in the walkway conveniently to make a nice walkway through this square here. You're going to want to place a campfire here specifically so that way you don't have to jump. So you can just crouch walk in. It's very convenient. Now you're going to want to get a hose tool and wire each of these in this configuration. So you're going to put into the 4 sprinklers 1 pump. So make sure every 2 floors you're pumping in 1 pump. And I'm going to speed this up. Alright, so now it's time to place our planters. And there's a specific way that we want to do this because of the fact that placing your planters is kind of difficult in this farm. So you're going to start off by planting, or you're going to put on every side, on the left side first, 2 planters, then on the right side 2 planters, and then in the middle you're going to place 1. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up and I'm going to show you how to do this. Alright, so that's all of our planters placed. Now we need to get our pumps wired and all the lighting set up. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to wire this into this room here. So, but before we do this, we need to actually set up the TC room correctly. So we're going to upgrade this bottom floor here to armored, and we're going to upgrade this one to armored. And that's going to allow this base to be 16 rockets to get to the TC. Then we're going to honeycomb this here. We're going to place a half wall here. Square. This is just in twig. Place that like that. And that's going to be where you're going to put your boxes on. We're going to remove this. We're going to honeycomb this square here. Honeycomb this square here. And that should be everything externally that you need to upgrade. Now we need to place a medium battery right here. And then you need to set up, you need to take this door off and store it in your inventory. We're going to place all the boxes in this loot room, but first, before we do that, we have to get the power setup going. So we're going to get 4 boxes, and we're going to set up where we're going to put the power at. So you can do it on either wall. It's probably best to put the power on this wall here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 E branches, a splitter, 2 root combiners, and we're going to need 3 solar panels. You're going to set up your combiners right here, followed by 2 E branches, followed by 1 splitter. All right. Now you're going to take this combiner on the left and combine it into the right. You're going to take the right power out from the combiner and put it into the E branch on the left. Then you're going to take the power out from this E branch, plug it into this E branch here and the power in. Then on this E branch on the right, you're going to set this to 15 power and output this to your splitter. This E branch on the left, you're going to put an output to 17. This is where you're going to wire in your lights. So we're going to put this down to here, wire this across, make sure it's nice and tidy. We're going to put this straight into our heater right here. Perfect. Now what we're going to want to do, or actually, sorry, I made a mistake here. The root combiner isn't what's going to be combined into this E branch. That's only if you're going to have a turbine. If you want to have a battery, you need to take the power on the combiner and put this into this medium battery here. Then you need to take the power out and put this into the left E branch. Like so. Now the lighting is on and the heaters are on. Now note, if you have these heaters, if you're in the cold, these will need to always stay on. However, you might need to design a different circuit for the nighttime, because in the daytime it'll be too hot for the plants and the plants won't get perfect heating. It'll be too hot during the day and too cold at night. So you might want to set these up on a separate circuit, but I'm just going to assume that you're living in the cold. You can, if you wire them all together like this, it'll work just perfectly for the cold. So now we need to wire in our pumps. We're going to plug in our pumps right here. That's one pump. That's two pumps. That's your third pump. So now your wiring is complete except for your solar panels. So you're going to need to plug in your solar panels. You can place a half wall here. You're going to want to place your solar panels going to the north direction. So we're going to place that like this. And you need to root combine these in. So we're going to take the power here. And we're going to route it to the back since that's where the TC room is. Alright, your solar power is now root combined in correctly. Now, for added security, you're probably going to want to add a code block onto your TC. You're now going to place your 4 large boxes. The way I place them is I get up here, and I get this flush with the wall, and I place, just like so. Flush with the wall. Boom. Now, you're going to want to take 2 storage boxes, small ones, of course, and you're going to place them like right here. You might be able to fit a barrel in here, actually. Let me check that. A vertical barrel. Vertical storage barrel. So you can place a barrel right here, but for people that don't have DLC, we're going to place 2 storage boxes. Now, if you want manual pump control, you can, instead of going straight from the E branch, you could do a switch. So instead of the splitter, the E branch going straight into the splitter, you can just go straight from a switch, and from the switch into the splitter. And then you can turn on the pumps at will, whenever you want. Alright, so this is your loot room. This should be only using 33 power. Or when you turn this on, it uses 32. Ooh, why is that? Yeah, 32 power, see? 32. That's with the pumps on. If you turn the pumps off, it only uses 17. You're going to take your door and you're going to replace it right here. You could place it inwards if you want as well. It might be more convenient to place it inwards. Like so. And you're going to code lock your door. Alright, that's the build tutorial. So you should be working as intended. All your planners should be filling up approximately the same. Each floor, as long as it has approximately the same amount of water, you've made the build correctly. So all the sprinklers are working? Excellent. Your finished base on the exterior should look like this. Now, if you're really paranoid about someone trying to get to your TC, you could, in theory, just put a square here and add that, like so. Like that, so they don't see the armor. But if you don't care about seeing the armor, then you could just leave it like that. Your upkeep for this base, when it's fully finished, is around 3,000 metal. So about 40 off, or 35 metal off, being 3,000 metal, and 12 HQM a day. There's plenty of storage in the space. You should have around, what, 8 boxes? Around 8 boxes of storage, plus the small boxes. If you have problems with getting door camped, what you can do is you can place a triangle here, and you can open the hatch, and you can look down. And this would be like a twig triangle. Alright, well that's the build tutorial. If you enjoyed this build tutorial, you found it informative, and you like the design, drop a like, maybe comment, and if you really like my content, subscribe. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.